Good morning, students. Our today's topic is Human Resource Management, HRM. Now, yesterday we completed a very small topic in which we learned about how is staffing both line as well as staff activity. And we learned that the function of staffing that widens its scope of operation, and when it widens its scope of operation, a separate department called the Human Resource Department that is opened, or that is you may say lined up with the other departments, especially in big organizations, to manage human resources properly. Now, this is one such activity. Staffing, we all have learned, is one of the functions of the management which every manager has to perform in the organization, which has to be performed in the organization as a line activity. We learned yesterday that after planning and organizing function, the staffing function immediately comes into existence. But when we talk about staffing function, we have learned that in staffing, it is basically related with managing the human resources in a proper manner, because staffing is the activity which is related with obtaining, discovering, utilizing, as well as maintaining the human resources which works in the organization. And if that human resource which is there working in the organization is not properly maintained, the work is going to suffer. We learned that yesterday. And that is why we see that whenever it is big organization, in terms of size, in terms of operations, in terms of complexity, it has a separate functional area in the form of a separate department which is called Human Resource Department, and that Human Resource Department performs the staffing function. We also have learned that whenever we talk about the factors of production, men, money, material, and resources, there are 4 M's. We have learned earlier also 4 M's. Men, money, material, and machines. Now, men, that is the human resource, and that is considered as the active resource, and it is the men or the human resources which make use of the passive resources. Money, material, and machines, they are always considered as passive resource. That is why there is always need felt in each and every organization, whether it is a small organization or a big organization, that there should be proper manpower arrangement made in the organization after the organizing function is completed in an organization. Once the vacancies they are created in the organization and those positions have to be filled, they have to be filled with competent and capable people who are capable of carrying out the work properly, because there may be abundance of other resources, but if the human resource is not proper, the other resources will go futile, it will be wasted. That is why there is always need felt that always manpower resources or human resources have to be properly managed in every organization. And that is why always emphasis is placed upon human resource management, so that if the human beings they are working in the organization, their capacity and their capability can be utilized to the fullest towards the achievement of the organizational goals, then only the other resources they can be put to best use. That is why today we will be focusing on HRM, which is very very important. And staffing is always considered to be part of human resource management, because we learned yesterday that staffing is one such function which is carried out as a line activity by every manager working in the organization. But we also learned that staffing becomes a staff activity when we see that a separate department in the form of human resource department that is created especially in big organizations to carry out the staffing activity, which not only includes work related with putting right person to right job at right place at right time, but also seeing that maximum utilization of the human resources or the employees available in the organization is made possible. And that is why it becomes a specialized area of operation, becomes a functional area of operation. And the department, human resource department, which is separately created in such big organizations or large organization, it carries out that work by appointing different specialists who can certainly deal with different functions related with the development of the human beings in the organization. So in this way we see that human resource management, it has come into existence, and nowadays this term is used in the field of management as a separate branch of management. So let us see the definition, how it is defined. It says human resource management is that branch of management, which is concerned with recruitment, selection, training, development, and optimum use of employees. If the employees are working in the organization, they have to be optimally utilized. The best use of the employees, that has to be done. And that is why we have a separate branch of management which is called HRM, which deals in this management of human resources. It ensures that every employee makes maximum contribution to the achievement of the organizational goals. We also learned that staffing is a part of human resource management. We have learned that when the manager performs staffing function, his role is slightly limited, because staffing is a generic function of management. After planning and organizing, immediately the staffing function comes into existence, where the manager has to fill the positions which has been created in the organization structure. And that is why after filling that post, placement and orientation is done, and we see that the staffing function is performed in this manner in every organization, whether it is big organization or small organization. But with the expansion or with the growth of the organizations into large size organizations, we see that especially in large organizations, special departments called HRD is there to manage human resources by specialists in every area. So its scope increases. When we talk about HRM, we see that staffing function along with different other activities, it is being undertaken by the separate department which is created for managing human resources properly in the organization. So it doesn't only limit itself to recruitment, selection, job analysis, training and development, working conditions, but also it tries to see that grievance handling, compensation, and other different areas, they are all handled by different specialists, so that maximum satisfaction and motivation and development of the employees can take place, and the organization can make maximum best possible use of the employees who are working for them towards better future. So in this way we see that this concept of human resource management, how it has evolved. We'll be learning about evolution of human resource management through different stages. We see that the evolution of human resource management has come into existence. Earlier, this was in the first stage. We could see that in three stages. In the first stage, the labor welfare stage was there. Emergence of human resource management or evolution of human resource management, from the passage of time we could see that the form of managing human resources or manpower resources in the organization changed, and its scope also expanded over time, and it took the form of human resource management. How it took that form, it got evolved through different stages, and these are the three different stages after which we could see that the emergence of human resource management came into existence. The first stage is labor welfare stage. This was a time of industrial revolution, when the businesses, especially, they were carried out on small scale. So it was emergence of industries coming all over the world, and businesses, they were not operated on such a large scale. So during that time there was emergence of trade union. Now trade union used to mediate between the employer and the employees. If any kind of grievances occurred between the employer and the employee, there was need felt for some mediator, and that mediator came in the form of trade union. So we could see that in order to mediate between the employer and the employee and look after the welfare of the employees, there was appointment of labor welfare officer, and the role of labor welfare officer was very limited. It was limited to minimum welfare activities of the employees working in the organization, because businesses, they were operated on a very small scale. That is why we could see that trade unions, they could negotiate with the employer on behalf of the employees and settle the grievances if and when it occurred in the organization, so that the work would smoothly happen in the organization and the disputes could be sorted out. So in this way, the first stage was the labor welfare stage. The second stage was the personnel management stage. Now with the expansion of the businesses, we could see that businesses started to grow, and once businesses started to grow, there was introduction of factory system. Factories, they started to come out into operation in all the parts of the world, and once the factory system came into existence, we could see that thousands of workers, they were appointed at one place and they used to work in a factory. So it says, but those workers, they had to be hired. So for that purpose, there was need for one person who could do the hiring of the people, and that person was called a jobber, or in technical terms he was called the personnel officer initially, and later on he was called the personnel manager. So the personnel officer or the personnel manager working for the organization not only hired but also he helped, in a way, it helped the organization to get the right kind of people to be placed. So, recruitment, selection, and placement of the workers was done with the help of the personal officer or the personal manager, and that is why it is called the second stage. Further, we could see with growing expansion or faster expansion of business, there was also fast changing technology which was coming up. And once there was changing technology coming up, there was need to upgrade people, there was need to acquaint people with the new skill. That could only be done with the help of training and development. So there was need felt for skill development and training with fast changing technology. And that is why we could see that once time and again this training and development of the people took place, the persons or the employers with more and more experience, they became a valuable resource or a valuable asset for the organization. So, under this stage, we could see that people began to be realized as valuable resource, and always there was further scope for increasing the development of the individual in an organization by providing training from time to time. And that is why we could see that not only there was need felt for recruitment, selection, and placement of the employees to the right place at right time, but also there was need to provide, you may say, equip the employees with better skills from time to time and help in the development of the employees time and again, so that they became a valuable asset for the organization. And that is why this led to the replacement of personal manager with human resource management. When the concept that human beings, they were considered as valuable asset or resource for the organization, emerged over time with the fast changing technology, there was need felt that entire human resources working in the organization had to be managed in such a manner that they could improve their skill and efficiency in working from time to time, and that could certainly help the organization. And that is why with it emerged the concept of human resource management, which is the third stage under which this evolution came into being. So the job of human resource manager was to effectively manage the people so that they remained a part of the organization for the long period. If you train, if you develop an employee in the organization, your focus is to see that the employee retains for long term period and serves the organization. Then only the organization can benefit out of it, and that is only possible when the employee is satisfied and motivated and the morale of the employee is high. So that was done under human resource management stage, under which is the modern approach of today's management, in which we see that each and every organization tries to focus on the overall development of an employee to see that not only the organization but also the employee is satisfied, and overall they turn out to be always valuable resource and lead to success for the future. In this way, we see that this concept has come to an end. This is what is there in your syllabus. Sometimes question is asked based on this statement: staffing is a part of human resource management. why it is said so, you need to explain, or evolution of human resource management may also be put in the question. So nothing more. Next we'll be talking about our new topic, and that will be staffing process. Till then, thank you, take care.